what do you want us to talk about? The range of things that we can talk about, right? And as we wanna really examine life, give it a pre-plan or whatever the case might be, there are things that we obviously have to take into consideration, right? And as you are thinking in your head, what could be the most possible thing that you think it's worth tackling, right? Yeah, because it makes sense that we need to talk about such kind of conversations.
Yeah. Well, I think independency.
True. Yeah.
Yeah, I think independency. Reflecting upon how we've both lived our lives,
Yeah.
the choices we've made to this point.
Mhm.
I would say, out of everything that I have decided to do in my life,
Okay.
I've chosen independency as a pursuit. Well, with everything that I do in between, I have to understand that I'm trying to achieve independency, right? The need to have things that I can do
Yeah.
and always reflect back on them all the time and say, okay, fine, am I getting somewhere?
Yeah.
Is this the right thing? Because I think with independence, you're learning a lot about choices, right? About choices, and you're learning a lot about the things that you could be doing wrong
True.
and how you can actually improve on that. So
Yeah.
I would say independency for now.
True.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you know what my thing is.
Mm.
I always thought that I always look at independency from a position of ownership, right?
Yeah, yeah,
It's more, as I reflect on independency, I think about ownership, right? That as much as there are things that are out of our control, right? But there are things that are within our control, and then we need to try to have ownership on those things.
Yeah.
And it's not like you can call your mom to come and do those things for you.
yeah,
It's within your control, right? As much as we can say, we can blame other people, other things, and blame outside factors.
Yeah.
That this has contributed on my lack of progress, lack of mission, like whatever that I really wanted to do with my life. As soon as I don't direct myself to that path,
Yeah.
I can't blame outside sources. I like what Tembekwayo said. I think there was a video that the time when he was invited by that guy from Impact Theory,
Tom Bilio,
Tom
yeah.
Bilio. He said that you can either make excuses. It's either you make excuses or progress. What he was actually trying to say is that you can't have them both,
Yeah.
right? Either you can make excuses or choose progress, but you can't have them both,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So as much as we can try to exacerbate the whole thing of the fact that there are things out of my control, but there are things within your ownership,
Yeah.
and that you can
Control.
do
Yeah.
independently
Yeah.
without like pointing fingers. So hence I'm saying like that's how I think about independence from a position of ownership. That there are things that you know that this is my responsibility.
Yeah.
Taking a pen and writing down your vision or your plan for life, right? This is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. It's within your control. Nobody can come and say, "No, I can do this." It's the same thing as
Yeah.
it's the same thing as like nobody can no matter how much money you have and everything you can own, no one can come and do push-ups on your behalf. Like,
Yeah.
get my point.
Yeah, yeah.
So there's a point like where you have to like get up,
Yeah.
do those push-ups,
Yeah.
because you can't like delegate that to anyone.
Yeah.
You get my point. You can't delegate that to anyone. You can't
Yeah.
tell someone. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter how much money you have. You can't pay someone to doing something that you have control over.
Yeah. Makes sense. Makes
It
sense.
makes sense. Total sense.
Because I've been thinking about the lack of independency
Yeah.
in our youth today,
True.
and I'm reflecting upon the lack of that, because I'm thinking about how pleasure has contributed in my life immensely, that I couldn't actually achieve like the truest part of independency for my life.
True.
And I'm thinking about like many young people who are so immersed into the pursuit for pleasure, in a sense that it becomes the only thing out of most of the things that contributes to not actually achieving independency.
Yeah.
It's bad. It's actually bad for most young people, including myself, to not realize or to not see pleasure as a thing that stands in between me and the ability to have the things that I want to have in life.
True.